Out of the tons of videos here on YouTube about Milan, Italy, thank you for visiting mine. Now I realise you're looking for a quick guide on what to do in Milan, so I've time-stamped each section so you don't have to go through the whole video. But since I only spent a total of 2 days in Milan, hopefully it should be a quick video. So in this video I spent a total of 2 days in Milan. The first day we ended up visiting Lake Como, and we ended up going to 3 towns situated around the lake: Menaggio, Bellaggio, and then back down to Varenna. And on the last day we ended up visiting Duomo to see the famous Duomo di Milano Cathedral and Piazza del Duomo, where they house luxury branded stores such as Gucci, Chanel, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Before we get into the video, let me give you a quick tour of our room. We booked this last minute via booking.com, but if you wish to book with them directly, I'll mention their website below. The Sea Hotel Atlantic Milano was conveniently located right next to the station, with approximately 5 minutes walk away. The room came with a flat screen smart TV, complimentary tea and coffee, along with a mini fridge, as well as a large double bed covered with comfortable soft bedding. The bathroom comes with a walk-in shower, complimentary shower gel, shampoo, soap, along with a bidet. Also, regarding the area, there are a few convenience stores along with restaurants and dessert places. However, if you're wandering around during the night, please keep your valuables as close to you as possible, as pickpockets are known to be lurking about. However, please do not let that deter you from visiting, as it is generally a safe place to visit. Just keep your wits about you. Right, day 1. Our day started with us heading towards the beautiful central Milan train station. We ended up getting the tickets the day before to avoid any last minute mishaps that may occur during the trip. We ended up buying tickets from the train station itself from this ticket office. The ticket office is called Trenord. I've placed the coordinates in the description below so you can find the location of the ticket office. As we rushed to the train station, don't ask, we woke up late. We got onto the train heading towards Varenna, but to our surprise we weren't the only ones that were rushing, as the train gradually ended up getting crammed full of people, causing the train to be packed to the brim. Now unfortunately I couldn't get any footage of this due to how packed it was, but luckily the views into Lake Como was stunning. So after a 2-hour train journey we ended up reaching our destination. As we got off the train we were greeted by the breathtaking view of the station. As you can see, the tracks lead straight into the tunnel carved into the mountain. It genuinely looks surreal. As we got off the train we quickly ended up going into this lovely coffee shop to get ourselves a quick cup of coffee. Shortly afterwards we headed down towards the ferry port. Genuinely was such a pleasant walk down because it was such a picturesque town, along with a breathtaking view of the mountain straight ahead. Now brace yourselves, as when you visit Lake Como there will be queues and long waits everywhere. As well as this, please bring with you comfortable footwear as you will be walking quite a lot. Important to mention that tickets are limited due to seasonal demands, therefore tickets to visit certain parts of Lake Como are not available. So before you book your trip to Italy, please check availability before you travel out to Lake Como, as you might not find any tickets at all. However, if you can't access it online, then be sure to buy your ferry tickets via this ticket office. I've linked useful websites in the description section which has information on how to book, along with the days which tickets might be available. I've also linked a website which shows you a timetable on when to catch the ferry in and around Lake Como. So after an approximate 40-minute wait, we ended up strolling onto the ferry and heading towards Menaggio. A short 5 to 10 minute ferry ride across the lake. It was a scenic ride where you get to see the mountains and the lovely houses in the background. After a short ferry ride, we hopped off and took a brisk walk towards the town. We came across this beautiful pier which offers stunning views of the lake and mountains. Afterwards we headed towards the Piazza Garibaldi, a beautiful picturesque village with beautiful buildings, churches, eateries and shops situated alongside each other. A small town with lovely buzzing atmosphere. We had to walk around and experience it for ourselves. We later spotted a small gelato shop and we had to stop by. Italy is known for its delicious ice cream, and if you ever visit, be sure to try their ice creams, as this country is renowned for its delicious and unique desserts. I'm going to drop the coordinates for this gelato place in the description below, as I highly recommend you visiting this place. In the meantime, I'll let you appreciate the pretty village for yourself. Be sure to look on the top left hand side for the name of each place. Shortly afterwards, we took a short stroll back to the ferry to head over to Bellaggio. After a scenic trip across the lake which took us approximately 8 to 10 minutes, we reached the dry land of Bellaggio, a really picturesque town with elegant colourful buildings and traditional Italian architecture made this town even more prettier than it already is. Our main goal for this part of our trip was to visit the famous stairs that everyone visits. But to get there was a bit of a struggle. Due to how busy it was and how narrow and steep the stairs were, it was a slight challenge. But nonetheless, we ended up enjoying it as we were admiring how scenic the actual town was. After a mini expedition to get to the stairs, we ended up reaching our point of interest. This is called SALITA for SERBELLONI and is famous amongst tourists that visit this part of Lake Como. Once you reach the top of the peak, you're greeted by the gorgeous scenery that not only looks at the bottom of the hill, but towards the monumental mountains of Lake Como. Now forgive me due to how crowded it was, the footage I captured wasn't great, but this is the best footage I could salvage together. Sorry about that, people. This place consists of restaurants, gift shops, residential villas and a gelateria at the bottom of the hill. We took a short brisk stroll down the steps and soaked in the picturesque surroundings that this town had to offer. It was getting towards sunset, so we ended up making our way down towards the port. As we did, we ended up passing through the pretty architecture that this beautiful town had to offer. In the meantime, I'll let you appreciate the pretty village for yourself. Be sure to look on the top left hand side for the name of each place. Also worth mentioning about ferry times, there is a screen next to the ticket office which would display the arrival and departure times of the ferries. Alternatively, try and ask the reps behind the ticket office. Also, it is recommended that you queue up for the ferries 30 minutes in advance, as the ferries get filled up pretty quick, and if you fail to do so, then you'll have to wait even longer for the next ferry. So after approximately 30 to 40 minutes wait, we ended up boarding the ferry. Slowly and calmly sailing across the lake as the sun beautifully sets beyond the horizons and the huge mountains beyond. As we got to VARENNA port, we slowly took in the sights of the beautiful sunset, soaking in the breathtaking backdrop of the lake and the mountains in the distance, and then we gradually made our way up to the train station. FYI, for my Muslim viewers, there aren't any places available to pray, so I had to improvise and pray within a nearby cafe. Also, I used a website called Google Qibla Finder, which is a really handy website which shows you which way to pray. Now, it's worth mentioning that you be cautious and mindful of catching the train out of VARENNA, as the train station only has one functioning rail track and there is a potential for the platforms to get increasingly overcrowded. As well as this, there isn't a functioning screen in the station for train times, so please rely on your phones to find out the train times. I'm going to put down the link for the app/website so you can keep a track of the train times. After an hour of somewhat an eventful train ride, we reached our station and made our way back to the hotel. But before we did, we ended up grabbing something to eat at a nice Indian restaurant, which was not too far away from our hotel. Approximately 10 minutes walk away, we ended up having this lovely biryani and chicken tikka masala. As usual, I'll drop the link in the description below. After a lovely meal, we ended up heading towards our hotel to end day 1 of our trip to Milan. Right, day 2. So today is going to be a bit more relaxed than yesterday, as we'll be visiting Duomo di Milano Cathedral and the famous Piazza del Duomo complex. We started the day by grabbing a quick breakfast, which wasn't too far away from our hotel. And shortly afterwards, we started walking towards the station and catching the metro towards Duomo Central. This time round, we managed to take in the lovely architecture of the station and the surrounding structures of the station itself. After an ultra mini tour of the station, we headed towards the underground. Always look out for the M sign which lead towards the entrance of the underground. I know it's obvious, but for the people that don't know, now you know. To hop onto the train, you will need to buy a ticket, which you can do so via these ticket machines. However, if you want to save time, you can use your contactless card, which saves you from queuing up to get tickets. We ended up getting on this train, and in order to get to the cathedral, the station you need to stop at is called Duomo. Once we got to Duomo, we were taken back by the lovely architecture of the buildings and along with the atmosphere of the area. A lovely touristy area that is bustling full of people. Even though it was busy, that atmosphere felt really nice. But before I talk about the area in general, here's a quick history about the famous cathedral. The construction of the Duomo of Milan began in 1386 and ended in 1965. It took place in the same location where the St. Ambrose Basilica was located since the 5th century, to which in the year 836 the Basilica of St. Thecla was added and destroyed by a fire in 1075. The construction of the cathedral took place over a period of 5 centuries, during which different architects, sculptors and artists made their professional contribution in the famous Fabbrica del Duomo, which was an institution composed of 300 employees. We started walking around for a bit and my missus needed a few items, so we ended up heading towards the local department stores around the area. Walking around the Milan streets and just soaking up the architecture and atmosphere itself, it felt really nice. Quick worth mentioning, the reason for the day and night footage is because we ended up visiting Duomo on 2 separate days. Therefore, I didn't have enough footage on either days to match the narration for this section of the video. Sorry for the confusion, everybody. Afterwards, we ended up walking into the Piazza del Duomo complex, where they house luxury brands such as Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, I'm on a budget, so one will not be splashing out on anything here. It will cost me my whole holiday budget just to buy something from these shops. Anyways, as we walked down into the complex, we were in awe of the place, especially on how grand the place is. Before we planned our trip to Milan, we found this small dessert shop that does delicious halal tiramisu. It's called SPUN, and I'll drop the link for this shop in the description below. We ended up getting a Nutella tiramisu along with a salted caramel dessert. A really soft, mouth-watering dessert which is good value for money as well. Worth checking out if you ever visit Milan. In the meantime, I'll let you marvel over this pretty place. As usual, just be sure to look on the top left-hand side of the screen just to see the name and location of the place. So that's it, folks. Thank you for joining me on my short but sweet trip to the picturesque city of Milan. I hope the info I provided you with helps with the decision making of your trip to Milan, and I hope the video informed you about the things that you may have not known about Milan in general. If you like the video, please be sure to give us a like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Until next time, thank you for your time, and I hope to see you on my next video.